Member for Surrey-White Rock.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to move the motion, be it resolved, this House agrees British Columbians deserve better than they have received over the last 7 years of neglect. If there is one thing we can count on from this NDP government, it's that the problems they promised to fix if you're going to get upset, you're going to get upset really in about 2 or 3 minutes, so just hold tight for me if you can. If there's one thing that we can count on from this NDP government, is that the problems they promised to fix have only worsened over the last 7 years. Overpromise and underdeliver. That's what we've seen time and time again. Whether it's the healthcare, cost of living, toxic drugs, childcare, or housing, we continue to see some of the, if not the worst outcomes in the country affecting all British Columbians. The NDP government's failure to address affordability is impacting everyone, with more than half being about $200 away from being unable to pay next month's bills. I know the cost of living crisis is undoubtedly felt hard in my community of Surrey-White Rock. In my community of Surrey-White Rock, I have learned from local food banks, the Surrey Food Bank, Sources White Rock, so Surrey Food Bank, that they have seen a dramatic increase with families struggling to put food on the table. Under the NDP, grocery costs, well, they've soared 30% since 2017. Food bank usage, that's gone up 60%, and nearly 200,000 visits were recorded in March 2023 alone. The saddest part of that stat, over 60,000 of those visits, they involve kids. That's the record of this government. In Surrey, the average rent has risen by over $540 a month since 2017, making it increasingly difficult for renters to find affordable housing, while the average price of a home in BC has skyrocketed to over $1 million and $2 million in Vancouver. The NDP has literally taken hope away from future generations. Last year, for the first year since 2012, BC experienced a net interprovincial migration deficit of over 8,000 people. More than 67,000 people left BC, and over 37,000 moved to Alberta, searching for a better life than what this government has been able to deliver in 7 years of power. Now, in my constituency, I've met countless residents that have looked for other provinces in order to raise their families in a more affordable way. Another overpromise and underdeliver. The NDP promised 114,000 affordable homes in 2017. They delivered less than 16,000 units with keys in the door. Have they stopped building these promised affordable homes because the British Columbians now can finally afford the housing market? No. Since 2017, the NDP has now introduced 32 new and increased taxes. Budget 2024 features the largest inflationary deficit in BC history at a whopping $8 billion, which kids and grandkids will be on the hook for generations to come. Meanwhile, the carbon tax is facing a 23% increase, and none of it will be returned to the people who need it the most. The NDP continues to grow government instead of the economy, creating 4 public sector jobs for every 1 private sector job. So, in math here, that means this government will create 4 government jobs to 1 private sector job. That is the record of this NDP government. And, Mr. Speaker, I think that British Columbians have to say they've been disappointed would be an understatement by this government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, member.